guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you my recipe for the perfect gravy. This is an easy recipe. This is an all-time favorite recipe, and it's so simple to make because the most important part of it anyway, you can make up to 3 to 4 days in advance. So it's awesome. So let's go over the ingredients to get started. You're going to need some onions, some carrots, some celery, some garlic, some chicken wings, or you can use turkey wings or turkey neck, some fresh herbs such as thyme, rosemary, sage, some olive oil, salt and pepper. Now these are just the ingredients that you're going to need as the base for your stock. We're also going to need a touch of white wine, some chicken stock, and then to actually finish the gravy, you're going to need a few more ingredients, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. So what you want to do first thing, of course, get your oven to 400. What we're doing is roasting this all together to get the most flavor out of it as possible. And then we'll add in the stock, we'll add in the wine, we'll let it cook some more, then we'll get it with the pan drippings from the turkey. Gravy heaven, I kid you not. So I've introduced you to this before. It's my best friends around the holidays, my foil tins. I tell you, they make life so much easier. No cleanup. So to this, what I'm doing is taking some onions and I'm just quartering them. Don't need to peel them. I just took the very first layer of the skin off, but it's just so not important because, you know, this is going to get all strained anyway. It's not like you're going to eat it. Put that in there. Taking your celery, big rough chunks. Now you can use, like I said, you can use turkey neck, you can use chicken wings like I'm using today, or you can use turkey wings. But apparently my supermarket is out of turkey wings, and so I opted for the chicken. But they're so cheap, 99 cents a pound, and you're gonna get so much flavor out of this you wouldn't believe. So putting everything in here, as you can see, nothing's perfect, nothing's precise. The garlic, I'm just cutting right down in half like that, putting the whole thing in there, skins and all. Then we're gonna go in with some herbs. I've chosen to use some thyme, rosemary, and sage. Those are just my perfect herbs for this time of year. So here she goes. I'm actually gonna just put the whole thing in here. This is gonna be so, so good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to coat this with a little bit of olive oil, not a whole lot because the chicken wings do have a lot of fat that they're gonna, you know, obviously come out, and that's what's gonna be such a big flavor boost. Season with salt and pepper. You always gotta season, otherwise it'll end up tasting like dirty dishwater. And then just mix your veggies together. That already looks fabulous, doesn't it? So now I'm just gonna put my chicken wings right on top. And I'm gonna just put this into the oven, 400 degrees, for about 45 minutes, and I'll show you the next step. After 45 minutes, this is what you should get, and it's just perfect. Now to this, I'm going to add a splash of sherry. You could use white wine. You could leave it out completely, but I happen to like it. Now this is going to cook out into the oven anyway, and it's just a very small amount. And now we're going to add in some chicken stock. That's going to be delicious. So excited to eat that. Okay, this is going to go into the oven, back in at 400 for another 45 minutes, or until the liquid has reduced by almost half. So, in she goes. Now I took my mixture out of the oven after 45 minutes, and all I did was strain it, and then I took the liquid that I strained out and I put it through a gravy separator, which means that it separated the fat from the good. And this is the fat. And I did exactly the same thing with the drippings from the turkey itself, which this is the dripping from the turkey and this is the stock we made. So this is the fat separated from the good, and I'm going to use this fat to make a roux. A roux is a thickening agent. All you need is equal parts of fat to flour. I'm using the fat from the turkey juices. You can use butter. You can use vegetable oil. But this just gives you the most incredible flavor, so why not? So all there's left to do is to make the roux, put these two together, cook them for 10 minutes, and you have the perfect gravy. So let's do it. I have a large pan with high sides. You could do this in a stock pot or a little pan, but it's up to you. Make sure you have high sides. And now I added my fat, and I'm going to also add in my flour. I'm going to mix this together so everything is combined. And I have this over medium heat, and I'm going to let this cook for about 2 minutes or until the flour doesn't have that raw smell anymore. My flour mixture looks perfect. So now I'm going to switch to a whisk, make sure it's safe for the pan you're using, and I'm going to slowly whisk in the juices that we strained from the turkey and the stock that we made. Just continue to add that all in. That's all pretty much combined. Now you're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. It's going to come up to a boil, turn it down to low, and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Look at this. I mean, is that not the most gorgeous gravy you've ever seen? Look at that color. Smells amazing. Now I know what you're thinking. Can I just use the chicken stock in the box instead of making my own stock? And you can, and you'll get a good gravy. But if you want to get a great gravy, make your own stock. I mean, it doesn't take that long. Yes, you did use a little bit of chicken stock in there, but that flavor penetrates through this gravy like you would not believe. It's out of this world, and trust me. And the great thing about it, you can make the stock that we made in the oven, you can make all that in advance. Strain it, keep it in a container, in the fridge for a few days, even in the freezer for a couple months. I mean, you can do this way in advance. This is the ultimate. I mean, you have got to make this for Thanksgiving. I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at that consistency. Look at that. It's like love in liquid form. Look at that. It's almost as attractive as melted chocolate. Or Johnny Depp. Either way, still looking pretty good. I'm gonna actually give this a taste because I love gravy. I'm one of those people that when the gravy boat comes around, I'm like, oh no, just a tad. And then 3 seconds later, I'm like pouring it on my mashed potatoes. So good. It's like soup. It's so good you can eat it like soup. Trust me, make homemade gravy. You'll never go back. That's it. It was so simple. You'll learn how to do it. I have the attention span of a poodle, as we all know, and I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. But go to www.laurainthekitchen.com first to get the recipe, then get in your kitchen and make this recipe, because I guarantee you, once you serve it to your family for Thanksgiving, they'll have something truly to be thankful for. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.